Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Larry and Amy's Kitchen. Today we are going to be fixing a simple recipe, but one that will hopefully taste so good. It's going to be a mixture of pork chops, boneless pork chops over potatoes. Now, what we're going to do, the first thing is I have already cut up about 3 pounds worth of potatoes, 3-4 pounds, and cubed them. And we're going to put those in the crock pot first, just like that. I love a lot of potatoes, so I may have made a little more than what your recipe originally calls for, but that doesn't matter. Alright, the next thing we're going to do now is make up a little mixture to put over the potatoes and stuff to help give them a flavor. So the first thing we're going to do is the recipe said olive oil, but we don't, in this family, we don't use much olive oil. So I'm going to use about 1/4 cup of canola oil. And we're going to put that in the bowl here. Then we need about 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. We're going to pour about 1/4 cup in here. I don't know if you've ever made pork chops this way. I'll be honest with you, this will be the first time I've made them this way exactly. So we're going to put that in there also with the oil. And then we're going to take some ranch dressing, dry seasoning mix, and we're going to put that in there. The recipe actually calls for probably a little lesser amount than what I'm going to put in there, but I love the ranch seasoning, so we're just going to put the whole packet in there. I'm sure it's not going to hurt anything because we're going to be putting this over those potatoes that I just put in there. Now we're going to take a spoon and mix all that up together. Just like that. Now come over here to the crock pot and we're going to pour that in over the potatoes. And then we're going to kind of stir it up a little bit to make sure all the potatoes are coated with our little seasoning mix that we just made. You know, believe it or not, it actually smells
Doesn't smell too bad, does it?
Pretty good.
With that vinegar.
Yeah.
That ranch kind of.
The ranch kicks it off. Yeah. Alright, so there is all the potatoes. As you can see, they're coated now with that ranch dressing, the vinegar, and the canola oil. I've got some boneless pork chops here. They're called rib chops, I believe. Ribeye chops. Pork. And I'm just going to set those right in the pot. All meat. No bones to worry about. Now you can salt and pepper this, put a little garlic salt, which I'm probably going to do now that I think about it, because of the potatoes and everything that's in there. Let me get rid of this. I think I will grab the salt and pepper. You can always add more at the table once this is done. A little bit of salt. I don't overdo the salt because I leave that up to whoever's eating to salt it to their taste. Let me see if I can find some garlic.
I was getting ready to say, if you don't put garlic powder, I'm shocked.
I know it. I love my garlic, and it just gives it some kind of a flavor that can't be beat. Alright, there's that. So, I think we're good to go for right now. The last thing I'm going to add to it, to me you can't have potatoes without butter. So I took a stick of butter and I cut it up into small chunks. So I'm just going to spread this around the top of the pork chops here. Eventually it'll cook down, and the juices from the pork chops plus the seasoning mix that I mixed up along with the butter will get into those potatoes, and you will have a flavor that you won't believe. I don't know, you can probably hear our birds in the background. They enjoy us when we're in the kitchen. They enjoy company. So there it is. We're going to turn it on low, and we're going to let it cook all day, which at the time it is right now, all day is going to be about 6 to 7 hours. And we'll come back at the end of that time and let you see what it looks like. But I can't wait to smell the aroma that it will send all throughout the house as this is cooking. So we'll see you back in about 6 or 7 hours our time, in just a minute your time, as you're watching this video, and we'll show you what it looks like. Hello everyone. It has now been about 7 hours since we first put the pork chops and potatoes in the crock pot. So I think it's about time, number one, for us to eat, and number two, for us to check this out and see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and take the lid off here. Oh yeah, it's looking good. As you can see, the pork chops, I haven't touched anything. I haven't stirred it or nothing. The pork chops were just laid on top with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then, oh God, look at that. It's already so tender. It's breaking right into it. And look at the juice. We only added, if you'll remember, a quarter cup of vinegar, a quarter cup of canola oil, and then we had the ranch dressing, the dry ranch dressing seasoned. The rest of this has come out of the, and we had 1 stick of butter. The rest of this has come out of the meat and the potatoes, and that it smells so good. I'm going to use that gravy or juice as a gravy to go over my meat potatoes, and we're going to be eating mighty fine. Well, I hope you have enjoyed our episode here where we have showed you how to take something basically plain and simple, pork steaks and potatoes, pork chops, whatever, bone in, bone out, it doesn't matter, and turn it into something a lot more flavorful than you may have had in the past. If you try it, let us know what you think about it. If you do anything differently, now I could have added onions to this. I mean, if a person wants to get real creative, depending on what you like, you could put a can of stewed tomatoes in here. You could add basically anything you want to go with it. It's your meal. Do what you want. Be creative. Share this with your friends. See what they think. It's an easy fix for a cool afternoon. And hit that like button. We'd sure appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to our videos, go ahead. We're trying to improve the quality of our videos as time goes by, plus bringing you different recipes that are easy and simple and less expensive to make. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll see you on the next video.